Hello everyone and welcome back to the Honeybee Stamps YouTube channel. I am Kelly and today I'm so excited to bring you day one of the autumn afternoon sneak peeks. And we're going to get started today with one of our Honeybee Stamps buzzwords. This is called blessed. As you can see, there's that large stamp there in the center and then lots of great words to mix and match to make the perfect greeting for either the outside or the inside of your card. As with all of our cute little buzzwords, there is a 3-piece die set. We're going to take a look at that in just a second. But you can see there are all those great little mix and match sentiments that just make the perfect greeting. Now here's a look at that coordinating die set. There are 3 dies in this set. There's the beautiful scripty word blessed, and then there's 2 different shadows. One that is just a basic shadow, and then one that's larger that has a cut line around the edge, and then the pierced design. Now here's a look at all of those greetings stamped out, and you can see how beautifully those are going to stamp onto your cardstock. And then this 3-piece die set. So the green is that large pierced design, the white is just that basic shadow, and then the blessed word there in that beautiful burnt orange. So let's get some inspiration from our design team members here for this buzzword called blessed. First up, we have a beautiful card from Kelly. She's used all 3 of those coordinating dies in vellum, white, and glitter, and then added 2 Know You. Here's a beautiful card from Brenda, and she's also used vellum and some embossing powder to make a beautiful design. Next up is a Bible journaling page from Crystal, and she's also used all 3 of those die cuts. And then here is a beautiful card from Alba with fall leaves, and then she has also heat embossed the little coordinating sentiment. Next up is a beautiful floral stamp set called Sweet Sunflowers. This is a beautiful collaboration with design team member and artist Emily Midget. As you can see here, Emily has included 2 beautiful sunflowers as well as leaves and then little stalks of wheat. There's also some great greetings included in this large stamp set. There's also a great coordinating die set, which is going to cut out both of those beautiful sunflowers, all the leaves, and then the wheat, and then also the greetings. So it's perfect. You can cut those out and place those anywhere on the card that you'd like. So here I have stamped out all those beautiful images, the sunflowers and the leaves, and then of course the greetings. And I'm just going to lay these out here so you can get a look at exactly what these look like. So this is a large 6x6 inch stamp set, so it's a really good size for those florals and leaves. So it's really fun to color in any medium that you like, and then just pop those onto your card base and you're good to go. So for our first design team card and inspiration, this one is from the artist herself, Emily Midget, and she gives us a beautiful example of those beautifully colored sunflowers and leaves and those little stalks of wheat, and I love how it just pops off of that black and white background. Now the next inspiration piece is from Alba, and she's done a very beautiful, glittery, wonderful kind of jewel tone card, and I love that with the autumn buzzword. Next is a beautiful kind of pastel card from Vera. I love that beautiful sunflower there paired with some of our new dahlias. And then here's another beautiful example of a sunflower. I love the lighter pale yellow and the leaves with the wheat on our farmhouse checked background. Now next up are those darling dahlias. So there are 2 large dahlias in the set plus a little bloom or one that is not quite opened up all the way. There are leaves and then lots of great greetings like hello darling, to my sweet friend, hello, and you make life beautiful. There's also a coordinating die set that's going to cut out every single piece of that stamp set, so it makes it easy again to heat emboss those and do some emboss resist with some ink. You could color these in any medium you like and then use the coordinating dies to cut those out and just add those right onto your card base or your card design. So I have stamped these and cut these out just in basic white paper to give you a look at what they look like. So there's the two large dahlias, the little unopened or kind of small bloom there. Here is that hello word stamped out in gold embossing ink, and then there are two dies for that hello word. There's a background and then one that cuts out the scripty word. Here I've used the stamp and stamped that in sticky ink and embossed it in gold, but you could also cut out the background and then the scripty word and then add the two die cuts together. So lots of different options there. Here's the background and the scripty word die cut just stacked up. Then you make life beautiful. I love that all these sentiments have coordinating dies, so you can add that anywhere on your design or even the inside of your card. And then there's the little hello darling. I love that one to go with darling dahlias. Here's a quick card that I put together in one of our live streams using the dahlia. I just heat embossed that and did some emboss resist with some ink, added the leaves and some of our thin frames, and then you have it made for a beautiful floral card. Now let's take a look at some of our beautiful design team members cards. I just love this design from Becky. She's added those dahlias all the way around the exterior and then added that cute little sentiment to my sweet friend. Now here's a beautiful example from Mari. She's used some of our new dies for the background there, which you'll see later on. She's done some beautiful fall dahlias and then added a glittery hello. Here's a beautiful example from design team member Emily. She's added the dahlias into some of our older and existing flowers that we have out and added an autumn greeting. Here's another beautiful example from Emily, and she's done that really light kind of lavender purple with green, and it just pops off that black and white background. Now here's another collaboration with designer and artist Emily Midget. She's done this wonderful 6x6 inch background stamp, and it is called Harvest Blooms. You can see there's lots of blooms, blossoms, different types of flowers. Now this doesn't just have to be used in the fall. It would be great all year long depending on what colors you choose. And so I have got some images of this stamped out onto some cardstock so you can get a look. So here is just a 6x6 inch piece of cardstock, and I stamped that into black, and that is beautiful just by itself. You could just do a card with just the black ink on white, and it's absolutely stunning. It's also really cool to heat emboss this like I've done here. I've heat embossed it on white with gold embossing powder, and it's super fun to watercolor or use colored pencils or anything you'd like. Here is a quick card that I did on a live stream, and I only colored the one blossom and then added that blessed buzzword, so super fun. Here's another one that I heat embossed with white and just did a color blend right on top of that, and you can see how that beautiful floral design just pops out from the background. Now again, let's look at some of the work that our design team members have done. I love this beautiful creation from Julianne. I love the jewel tones that she's used, and she's paired that beautiful floral design with our autumn buzzword. Next is a really cool pastel from Vera. She's heat embossed those florals and done some watercoloring, and she's paired that with the blessed buzzword. Here's a beautiful bright Copic colored background from Bobby, and again Bobby has used those blessed die cuts. And here is black ink on white. I love this one from Emily with a little pop of teal in the background, and then she's used some of our new die cuts as well. Now next up is our Lovely Layers Maple Leaf die set. So this is a large 2-piece die set. You can see there is a background maple leaf there at the top, and then a detailed piece there at the bottom. And let's get a closer look at what these look like when they're cut out. So here I have die cut and adhered. The back piece is a piece of orange cardstock that I have just inked on some red on the tips and then added a craft piece over the top that was cut with that detailed die. Here's a green piece of cardstock that I have heat embossed the detailed die cut And then here is a yellow and orangey piece, and I've added a red detailed die cut over the top. Here I have used that detailed die cut as a mask. I've masked off the area, sprayed some oxide sprays, and then that left me with the white maple leaf in the center. Here I have cut out in masking paper and masked off the outside, and then sprayed that maple leaf over the center, added some beautiful die cuts. It's a simple card design, but it looks really cool. And here again, I've used that detail layer as a stencil. I just cut it out, laid it over, sprayed my oxide sprays, and then cut out that little area there of my leaf, added a little hello die cut, and then that one is good to go. So there are lots of different options and ways that you can use this lovely layers and maple leaf die set, and we're going to get into that right now with some design team inspiration. This first card is from Ilda, and I just love the traditional fall colors. She's done some heat embossing, used some metallic papers there. You can see that beautiful blessed buzzword. And here is a beautiful card again from Ilda. It looks like a little window with the patterned paper back there, but she's only used the maple leaf outline die. Here's a beautiful Bible journaling page from Crystal. She's used both of those dies and created like a little background, ink blended maple leaf, and then the details. And this beautiful creation is from Leanne. I love that eggplant kind of purple with the chocolate brown. It's just beautiful for fall. Now next up is our farmhouse check background stamp. This is a large 6x6" stamp. You can see all those little hashed lines that make up that little check design. Now I have put this into my MISTI. You could use a big stamping block or just set your paper over it and kind of smooth it down to add your color onto your cardstock. But you can see that really cool design I have stamped here with an orange ink onto craft cardstock. But you could also heat emboss it like I've done here in white, and then ink blend right over the top, just as kind of a fun and subtle design. I made this little fall card here with some of our new stamps and coordinating dies. But that little farmhouse check background just adds the perfect little touch for a warm and cozy design. Now here's that floral card that I showed you earlier from design team member Emily, and you can see that beautiful kind of subtle farmhouse check background there behind her florals. It's the perfect little texture addition. Here's a beautiful sunflower card from Carol, and I love that black ink on the white cardstock for that farmhouse check. Now here's a beautiful example from design team member Lisa. She has stamped this down in like that chocolatey brown color and then moved her stamp or her paper over and stamped it again. And she has a really cool, neat looking plaid using the same stamp. Okay, next up we have a new Slimline Sentiment set, and this one has a blanket edge to it. You can see there in that large slimline size die, it has a cut line on the inside, a little pierced design, and then that blanket kind of fringy edge. There's also some great sentiments that are really fine and really detailed that are going to be perfect for your slimline cards. So let's take a look at that blanket edge first. You can see the little fringy detail around the edges and a little pierced design that almost looks like it's been sewn. So perfect for this time of year when you want that warm, cozy texture for all of your cards. So like I said, this is slimline size, and we've got some great sentiments. So we have best wishes. We have sending my love. So lots of ways that you can use this, and pair this also with your stamps. So you could use birthday wishes and use a birthday stamp along with that wishes die. Here's sending my love. So lots of different ways that you can match these with stamps and dies that you already have. These are great, this die set also for A2 and A7 size cards, so don't forget about that. Here's a great look at that really cozy blanket edge here along with the Dahlia stamp set from Becky. And here is a great, beautiful card example example from design team member Lisa. She's paired that with the lovely layers of maple leaf. You can see the little blanket edge there and that pierced design. And then this last design is from Leanne, and I showed you this one before, but it's the perfect example of that yummy texture there on the side of that blanket edge, and she has paired that and popped that onto some like eggplant purple cardstock, and it just pops and looks wonderful. So this has been day 1 of the autumn afternoon release. Make sure you check out all the details over on our blog and at honeybeestamps.com, and I'll see you tomorrow with day 2.